Happy 1 year anniversary, Hot Pieces of Ace! Love you all! Sassy's here to say congratulations too, because of course you've been part of a few episodes, haven't you? I really can't believe that it's been a whole year. You know, I used to be 22, and in my last year of university, well, recent college grad, I guess, and now I'm 23, spooky fingers, and you know, I've just finished my first year of my master's program in psychology, and I mean, like, it feels like such a short amount of time, but I guess it's really been a while. When I started out making these videos, I identified as a panromantic asexual, and I'm still panromantic, but I've sort of added the demi-ness to the demiromanticness, demi-panromantic, which is like really annoying to say and bothersome, but you know, technically, that's how I identify. I guess I didn't know that then. This is sort of a recent development over the past few months. I should admit probably that I'm still not 100% sure on all the differences between the terms, because there's a fine line, I feel like, between, you know, there's this area, this sort of mushy area between aromantic and romantic, and demi-romantic is sort of in there somewhere, and it's like, you know, and everybody has different definitions, of course, for what the terms mean to them. Like, I really like Nini's definition of aromanticism. Aromanticism is sort of closer to how I feel, I guess, but I say demi-romantic anyway. I mean, I know, like, most people do that typical kind of thing where, you know, you go on dates with people and you figure out if you like them, the conventional dating sort of stuff, and I don't know, that doesn't have any appeal for me. That I don't think, it just seems like, I know that's totally cool for other people, but for me personally, that's like, no, do not want. You know, I sort of get to know people as friends, and then from there develop romantic feelings. So I feel like that's sort of the, you know, the equivalent of demisexuals who don't develop sexual attraction until they, you know, fall in love. So I have to fall in friendship first before I can develop romantic feelings, I guess. I don't know. I'm really awkward. I've also discovered that I have a lot more intimacy issues than I thought I had, and that goes nicely into my discussion on psychology. You know, back when I started this vlog, and back, you know, when I had my, I had a vlog on psychology too, and my opinions, and I've worked for the year at a research center that has different kinds of therapy that I wasn't as familiar with. Before, you know, all of this, I was more familiar with CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, and, you know, in my naivety and in my youth, I thought, you know, this is clearly the best form of therapy for everyone, and, you know, I'd sit with the Freudians at work, and I'd sit in the back in all my smugness and think like, oh, they're talking about their sex and aggressive drives and all this stuff. Please, you know, I'm so much better than that with my CBT and, you know, thought patterns and behavior and whatever. I'm not going to go into it, but that was really foolish. I was very foolish, you know, to think that there was a better and a worse, to think that, you know, just because something was popular at this moment in time, that meant that it was, you know, a better form of therapy than other kinds of therapy. I actually learned this year that cognitive behavioral therapy isn't effective for me personally. I still like it, but I've grown in my opinions to think that, you know, I appreciate all kinds of therapy now. I really do think that, you know, I mean, obviously the relationship between the therapist and the patient and client is the most effective in predicting outcome. But yeah, I mean, different people are looking for different things, and so it was really naive of me to think, you know, that I was better than the Freudians, or something, and now I have this huge appreciation for relational therapy and more appreciation for attachment theory, which I love. I'm not going to go into this, but if you have questions, you should ask them. But these things are sort of more closer to psychodynamic Freudian kind of things than CBT, and those were things that I used to, pish-posh away, and I've grown to see the merit, and I've come to actually privilege personally relational therapy over other forms, and that was, I'm getting a lot of experience, from watching actual therapy sessions that people have, and that has changed my perspective. Now you're all like, what does this have to do with asexuality? But I'm just talking about how I've changed in the past year. So you can just stop watching, I guess. I went back and watched my audition video and my first video for this channel before making this, and it was so cringeworthy, so cringeworthy. Why did you guys vote for me? I'm so awkward. I'm still really awkward. Hey. But that was really really awkward. I've become far more involved in the asexual community over the past year. I joined Project Team on Avon, and these vlogs, and in real life, when I first started out, I hadn't met any other asexuals in real life at all. And then, I went to San Francisco, and in New York, we started having, since December, actually, we started having, regular meetups at least once a month, and that's really changed for me a lot to realize, beforehand I thought, 1% of the population, that seems like a really high number. I've never come across any other asexuals, and now I feel like 1% is way too low. And I don't know, it gave me hope about a lot of things. And, I hear from people all the time saying, but I haven't met any other asexuals. And you will, okay? You will. Trust me, because I was in the same boat for a year and a half after joining Avon. It was just, completely alone. And now it's 2.5 years since I've discovered my asexuality. And I've made a lot of really great friendships on and off Avon. I don't really want to make this too long and bore you guys with nonsense about myself, but I did want to say that being on this channel and watching the other vloggers on HotPiecesofAce and on, the newer channels too, it's been a really educational experience for me. I've learned about some perspectives that I otherwise might not have known about. I've also through Tumblr, I've learned more about social activist issues, more about the LGBTQ, etc., queer community in general, more about a lot of things. I think it's broadened my mind a bit. I've become more sort of aware of, things to do, things not to do, things, how to help people, how to, be supportive and of all kinds of people, of everyone, how to just be, an ally to the world. And it's been really good. It's been, you guys, you other vloggers out there are all really amazing, and I felt really honored to get to, be on this channel with you guys. And I just hope that for you, the viewers too, that it's been a good year for you. And I'd like to continue vlogging, as long as people are willing to continue watching. And so, yes, thank you though. Thank you for, for watching me and watching everyone else. It's been really, it's been a really positive experience for me in a lot of ways. And before I get too emotional, I just sort of want to hear about how you guys too have changed in the past year, because we've all changed. And yeah, so just, Sassy, what are you doing? But yes, I'd like to hear about that, about your change, and I guess your experience and how that's been with HotPiecesofAce, sort of watching us all this time, whether you're a new viewer or an old viewer, and just opinions on that, because I love you guys so much, and I don't know. it's been a really great year. Thank you for everything.